And our next guest is Dr. David Cortright. He's the Director of Policy Studies at Notre Dame's Keough Institute for International Peace Studies in the Keough School of Global Affairs. He's written widely about nonviolent social change, nuclear disarmament, and international peacemaking. Welcome to Notre Dame Day, Dr. Cortright. Good to see you.
Good to see you.
Hope you're having a great day. Thanks so much for being here.
Yes,
and I understand the Keough Institute recently became involved in Colombia.
Yeah.
Some international work. So can you tell me a little bit more about how that came about?
Sure. Well, we have a peace accords matrix here at the Keough Institute, the world's largest assemblage of data on the implementation of peace agreements around the world, 34 peace agreements.
Yeah.
And we've also been involved in peace building at the local level in Colombia for many years. Our colleague, Professor John Paul Lederach, was down there many times helping to address the underlying conditions. So as they finished the negotiations for the peace agreement, we decided to propose using our database to help the government and the former rebels in Colombia monitor the implementation of the peace agreement.
Wow.
And it's never been done before. So we were actually mentioned, we're included in the text of the peace accord. Keough Institute and Notre Dame will have this responsibility, which took us a bit by surprise, but we're happy to do it. It's a big responsibility. And we're basically monitoring all the aspects of this agreement. It's the most complex peace agreement ever signed, 300 pages, and many hundreds of stipulations. So we're monitoring those. We have a team on the ground in Bogota and a team here at the university, and we're required to issue official reports to the Central Verification Commission on the status of implementation.
Whew.
And then we use the data we have in our existing peace accords matrix to provide comparative analysis to help the parties in Colombia understand if there's a problem, a slowdown or something, how was it handled in another peace agreement, and can bring that kind of information to the table as part of the ongoing peace accord implementation.
That is so cool that you guys are so involved in resolving that conflict. You spoke a little bit about it earlier, the peace accords matrix.
Yeah.
Can you tell us what that is and how it's being used in Colombia?
Sure. 34 comprehensive peace agreements have been signed since the end of the Cold War. They're all in our database, and we divide the agreements according to 51 different kinds of stipulations, like ceasefires, like political arrangements, whatever it might be. And then we evaluate all of those 34 agreements according to how well they've implemented the text of their agreement. So that's what we have in the database. Now, Colombia is a new agreement, and we're using the existing database for a real-time contemporaneous assessment of what's going on in Colombia, and then drawing from that database to figure out how to resolve problems that may be coming up, and to compare Colombia to other agreements.
Yeah.
And overall, we found that so far, it's only 6 months in, but the Colombia agreement is being implemented at a pretty good pace. It's equivalent to a number of other peace agreements. If they stay at this pace, there's a good chance it can be fully implemented over the course of several years and be sustainable and help to really make sure that the ending of conflict is permanent, that it stays ended.
No doubt.
Yeah.
Lots of work coming from Notre Dame. So how has that work on this stage been recognized so far?
It's been quite amazing. As you may know, President Santos, President of Colombia, mentioned the Keough Institute and Notre Dame in his Nobel Peace Prize speech. He was awarded the Nobel Peace Prize for this very historic agreement.
That's phenomenal.
Amazing. You know, he said that. We all were like, wow, that's wonderful. And I was just in Colombia, down in Bogota recently, and they had the formal installation of the Central Verification Commission. And once again, President Santos was speaking. He mentioned the Keough Institute, mentioned that we have a central role in it. We met just the other day with the Vice President of Colombia, who's primarily responsible, General Naranjo. We're at the center of the action, and it's really quite amazing. It's a huge responsibility. It's a big challenge to get it all together, but we feel very proud to be representing Notre Dame in this way.
Well, good luck with the future of the initiative. Thanks so much for joining us here on Notre Dame Day.
Thank you.